Hey guys, this is Glue, and today I'm just going to run you through sort of the apps and widgets that I use on my phone, just to sort of give you guys a feel for what I've got, and someone asked me about it as well, so that's sort of an excuse to do it. So, just start quickly with the launcher I'm using, which is Launcher Pro, which if you don't like the TouchWiz UI, I definitely suggest you try, because it makes it actually like an Android phone, not like an iPhone, which is really nice and is really quick and has loads of cool features. So that's Launcher Pro, and that's free on the market. The widget we've got here is Audio Manager, which lets you independently change the different sort of sound settings in your phone, which is really nice, and also gives you a real-time update to where they are. This is the standard power bar widget, which comes with all the Androids now. I think if it's 2.0 or over, it comes with it. But that's a really nice one because you can just click and turn everything on and off. On the other side, we've got the Twitter widget, which is by the Twitter by Twitter Incorporated app, and Facebook, which is just the Facebook for Android. In applications, we have, I'm just going to skim through these because I don't want to make this like a 20-minute video. We've got 3-Point Shootout, which is a 3D basketball game. Abduction World Attack, which is that jumping game, which is pretty cool. Advanced Task Killer, which I know a lot of people say you shouldn't use Task Killer. I do, that's what I use. We've got Album Art Grabber, which I'll show you. Grabs all your album art. If you haven't got it, it gets most of them. There's a couple of obscure remixes that it didn't get an album art for, but that's generally pretty good, and I think that's 99 cents. Aldeco ebook, which is the standard ebook reader that comes with the Galaxy, and it's really good because you can change the font color, so you can have black background with white writing, which saves battery and it's much easier to read. AllShare, which you can use to send files to networks and sort of media storage devices and TVs. Armageddon Squadron, which is a 3D sort of shooting plane game, which is kind of cool. Asphalt 5, which comes with the phone, which is a really good 3D racing game, which is a Gameloft HD one. Assassin's Creed, which is another Gameloft HD game, which I definitely suggest you try if you haven't got a HD game on your phone, because that's a really good graphic one and it's a really, really good storyline, so you can replay it quite a bit. Astro, which is by far the best file explorer, because it actually works, which a couple don't, and it's got loads and loads of different settings and stuff you can actually do in it. What's next? We've got Audio Manager, which is that widget. BBC Browsecast, which I use to grab URLs for podcasts for Google Listen. Blood Alcohol Calculator, which I don't know if it actually works. But you sort of put in what you're drinking, when you're drinking it, how long you're drinking it for, and it tells you how much how much alcohol is in your blood. It's kind of a stupid one. We've got Buka, which is kind of a game, but it's alright. It's quite an old one, but it's got quite nice graphics. Calculator, Calendar, Killer Chaser, which is a really good RPG game, which if you haven't got, I definitely suggest you try. It's like a hack and slash, so it's got a bit more combat in it than most of them, but it's a really nice one. Camera, Chomp SMS, which I use instead of the messaging one, which if you want to skin your messaging quite a lot, that's really good, and I have it so it's got a black, cover details, black background with white text, which just means saves battery and it's much nicer on the eyes. Clock, which is just a clock. Compass, which kind of cool. There's quite a few different settings. Night looks kind of cool. But that's just a stupid little compass. Contacts, Doodle Jump, which you probably all played, which if you haven't played, you should play it. It's really good. Which you just jump off platforms and there's power-ups. Free screen capture app, which you have to be rooted for, but that's really good, and that's DroCap 2. Dungeon Hunter, which is a 3D RPG, which is again from the Gameloft HD collection. Dynamo Kid Touch, you should run around, jump and collect coins, it's alright. Google Earth, that's really good on Wi-Fi, it's alright on 3G, but that's really nice just to sort of zoom in on places and look at them. eBay works much better than the eBay mobile site, so that's worth having. Email, Aris Market Fix, which didn't actually fix my market, but don't download that, you probably don't know what it's for unless you're sort of googling how to fix your market. Zeus, which is a 3D shooting game and sort of racing game at the same time. I'll do that in my top 100 games video, which I'm sort of doing at the moment, but that's a really nice game. Facebook, which is Facebook for Android, which is the best Facebook app in my opinion. Flicky Wallpapers HD. which quite a lot of people ask me where I get my wallpapers from, and this is where I get them. This is just searching my saved ones, got Wi-Fi off, but you can search loads and loads and loads, and you can sort of choose them, and you can get a bit fuzzy, and it will just sharpen up, and then you can set it, and there's thousands upon thousands to search through on the really nice quality, so that's pretty cool. Just a nice one to get at. Wallpapers, not apps. FM radio comes with a phone, but works really, really well with headphones. Gallery, Game Boy. If you haven't got that, get it. It's amazing. You can play like Pokemon and other retro stuff on there, which if you're a bit of a geek, you must have. Gem Miner Dig Deeper, which is like a puzzle. It's difficult to describe. I've done a video on this in a couple of my gaming videos it's in. It's sort of like a motherlode game. You dig down and you can use explosives. No, you can't use explosives. You can use drills and pickaxes and stuff and collect ores to sell. It's kind of cool. Google Goggles, you take photos of stuff and it Googles it for you. It's kind of cool to show off what your phone can do. And you can also scan barcodes. Sorry, I can't talk today. Talk. Right, Google Mail, Google Translate, which I only ever use to find rude words in other languages, because I'm that mature. Home Switcher lets you choose your home placement. It's a bit bright, it's currently focused on it, but that works really, really well. Don't really want to launch TouchWiz, but I will. And you can hit home and go back to Launcher Pro. And you can also change your default with that, which you can probably see. Home Run Battle 3D, which is like a 3D baseball game, but you can buy loads of upgrades, it's really nice. Hyper Jump, this deserves to be shown off. This is quite new, and I'm obsessed with it at the moment. It's kind of like one of those abduction doodle jump kind of games, except you collect coins, you don't jump off platforms. And there's loads of really cool, can't really see this with the camera, loads of really cool power-ups, and it's got really nice graphics, and you can like high scores and stuff. It's a really, really good game. I definitely suggest you get that. There's also a light version to try out. Hyperspace is kind of like Marble Blast. Internet Layer, never used it, but it's kind of cool. I used it once just to try it out. Google Listen, which is what I use for podcasts, to listen to the man. But if you like podcasts, that's probably the best one. It's by Google, and it works really well. Maps, Market, Memo, all come with it. This is cool. It's like a Simon Says game. It's called Memorize Pattern, but it uses the Google Android lock screen, which is cool. And it gets kind of complicated, but it's pretty easy, but it's just quite a nice game. Messaging, which I don't use because I use Chump SMS. Mouth Off, that like there's a mouth that moves when you talk, which is kind of funny. Movies, that will find cinemas near you, find movies playing, times, reviews, trailers, all that kind of stuff. It's really good, and that's free as well. Music player, navigation, Nova, which is that sort of Halo clone, which I think I've shown you in my previous videos. Own Skin, it's like I really can't talk. It's like a live wallpaper client when it loads, and you can make your own on their website. And if it ever actually loads, oh no, I've got Wi-Fi turned off, it won't load. But you can embed widgets into the wallpaper pretty much, like clocks and dates and stuff, which is quite cool, but I prefer to use a widget, but it's a nice idea, and it's free. Papa Stacker, you sort of stack falling stuff. Paper Toss, gotta have that, great game, and it's free. Places comes with navigation. Pocket Racing is like Black Mamba Racing, you sort of go like this and you tap. It's pretty addictive. Portal Keeper is a really nice, what they call tower defense game. PSX for Droid pretty much does what it says in the tin and works really, really well. Quadrat Standard, I just use that to benchmark my speed. QWERTY Remocon, I can use that to control my Samsung TV with my phone. Oops. Which is a pretty cool idea. Raging Thunder 2, it's a really nice racing game. Root Booter, this just lets you do all sorts of reboots from an app, which means you'd have to turn off and hold volume, home and power and break your fingers. It just works. That's not free though, but it's really good. Samsung Apps, which is their like App Store. Sim Toolkit. Sky News, that's really good. It's free and it works really, really well over Wi-Fi and it's all right over 3G. Smiley Pops, you sort of spin balls to pop, I suppose. It's not very good, but it's alright if you like puzzle games. Sniper Shot, probably got to show you this to explain it. you can choose from a load of different weapons, and you can. Okay, I'm using a camera. That's my red table. I can't really hold it at an angle where you can actually see anything. But as you can see, it uses the camera, and basically you shoot, and it takes a photo, and it's sort of with the photo it will tell you if you've shot them, because you sort of see a snapshot of when you took the photo. So, and then you can see if you've hit them. And me and my stepbrother sort of run around shooting each other with it, just for a bit of fun. It's quite cool. Space Physics is like a machine drawing game where you have to get a ball from the start point to loads of different stars. That's quite good. There's also a light version which is kind of cool to play with. SpeedX 3D, which just try it, it's amazing. Possibly the best game on Android. You sort of spin around a tunnel, but just try it, it's really good. There's loads of power-ups and hazards and stuff. Sporty Pal, which I'll just show you. Lets you plan workouts, and it'll GPS track you to see how far you've gone. And there's a load of different options, so you've got like cycling, rollerblading, what's that? Like walking, more, what's in more? Wow, surfing. So there's loads of random different ones, but it's kind of cool. And it's free. Talk, which is G-Talk, Talking Tom, which is just stupid, but I've got to show you. Let's turn the sound up. So this is this cat that repeats anything you say in a really, really irritating voice. And you can sort of punch it, he says. And if you do it 3 times, he passes out. Which is kind of a weird, stupid app. You can record sort of your video of him saying it and upload it to YouTube and Facebook. You can punch him in the stomach, the foot, and you can pull his tail. And then if you want to be nice to him, you can give him some milk. And that's free. And it's called Talking Tom. Terminal Emulator, which you can use to hack. Swatch Unleashed, which is ridiculous, but if 2 of you have got it, it's really cool. Oh dear, it's playing the music, I'm going to get sued. But you can use it to sort of have a lightsaber fight. The Wars, you send men at each other and they kill each other, in a nutshell. Not literally. Toon Wars is like a shooting game. It's alright, it's a bit outdated, but it's a bit of a classic really. Totemo is like a puzzle that's alright. You link dots of light to sort of unlock things, and it's got a really nice graphics, and it's really nice sort of relaxing music. Truth or Dare, which generates Truth or Dares, which isn't brilliant. Didn't mean to click it. It's not brilliant, but if you're playing a game of Truth or Dare, I suppose it works. Twitter, which is by Twitter, and it's by far the best Twitter client. It's the most anyone's ever said Twitter in a sentence. So you can see tweets and mentions and stuff. Video player, voice recorder, Winds of Steel, which is like a 3D playing game. It's a bit like Armageddon Squadron. Write and Go, XDA, which is the XDA developers forums on your mobile, which won't work because I've got Wi-Fi turned off so it doesn't buzz. But that's a really good app to have if you need some information. I mean, often if people ask me a question I don't know the answer to, I say go to XDA developers. So if you have that, you can go to it on your phone. Yeah, so the Wi-Fi's off, so it's going a bit mad. And YouTube, which comes with the phone. So I hope that's been a bit informative. How the hell did that get there? That was odd. So I hope that's been informative. Hope you've seen a few vaguely useful apps. I haven't really got anything useful on here. It's all just stupid stuff that I cannot talk, mess around with. So it's been TechZeroStickers Glue. If you've not seen any of my videos before and this is the first, please subscribe. I will see you guys in the next video, and I'm going to go get some lessons on how to talk for an extended period of time, because this is quite a long video and I can't talk now. Blah. 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 Why are you still watching? If you've watched this far, this is true commitment. If you've watched this far, post the word ant followed by something you'd like to see an ant fight for no particular reason. We'll just see how many people actually watch the whole thing. Ta-ra.